All right, just a bit of a final exam review here. So 2 parts to it. The first part is the stuff from the beginning of the term. So the normal stress and strain stuff, just basically what normal stress is and how things elongate. Also, what can happen if you have multiple forces applied to an axial bar. These are the problem numbers here you could look at. Okay, modulus of elasticity, where you've got, the stress-strain curve, and then you've got that graph. You use the slope of that line for the modulus of elasticity. And then we have shear stress and strain. And if you remember, we did a little bit of a review on that we did that in class. Trying to remember what page that was. It's page 200, I think, also. So the normal stress and the normal strain are on page 200. Okay. Okay, then there could be some biaxial stress on this. You could use any method you want. Just remember on this, to measure how you measure the angles, okay? From the vertical, okay? So counterclockwise from the vertical plane is how you measure those. All right, and then there could be some basic torsion. Nothing too fancy on torsion, but just basically shear and angle of twist. All right, so that's the stuff from the old material that could be covered directly. All right. Also, how things fail, what they look like if they fail. You might remember we looked at a few examples of that, especially like with torsion, if something twists and there's different failure modes. The biaxial, what something would look like if it failed. I think we went through some things like that, okay? All right. Now, the stuff that we've done since the last midterm that'll definitely be on this will be centroid and moment of inertia, 321 through 323, shear and moment diagrams, bending stress, and shear flow. We just went through these 2 things. You recently did the shear and bending moment diagrams, shear moment diagrams, I should say, and then, centroid and moment of inertia we've kind of covered when we did this stuff too, right? And then deflection, that we'll cover here in a little bit. Now, there's a number of examples up in Moodle. So there's some deflection examples, there's shear and moment diagram examples, and then there's a shear and bending stress review problem and a key for it. I've just handed out the problem here in class, or did I give that to you? Yeah, okay. All right. So in Moodle, it looks something like that. All right. So if you can download those and have a look and see, what some of these examples are about. They cover the material that we've been going over since the last midterm. All right. So we all right with that? Yeah, question?
Any pressure vessel questions?
No. Okay. So it's just the stuff on the list. Okay. Okay. So it's not truly comprehensive. I mean, it kind of is that we build and use the stuff as we go through, but it's the stuff on the list. I'll stick to that. Okay. All right. All right, and then that one handout that I just gave you, that's kind of an overall review problem for moment of inertia, centroid, bending stress, and shear stress. All right, so in Moodle, that example problem, the bending and shear stress problem, looks something like that, okay? So it looks a little bit like that, and then there's a solution posted too. So if you go through that, that would be a good review of centroid and neutral axis, moment of inertia, bending stress, and shear stress. So that actually covers quite a lot of what we've done here for those topics, okay?